Justice Fitzpatrick just committed to Georgia, I think earlier today or last night, sometime last night. But if the last name sounds familiar, it's because it's Minka Fitzpatrick's brother, 2026 corner, 6 foot and a half, 185, St. Thomas Aquinas in Florida. Remember when Minka was coming out? He was coming out of St. Peter's Prep, so this kid ended up at St. Thomas somehow, Aquinas, I should say. But when I first saw this kid committed, I was like, oh, we get to watch St. Peter's Prep, who plays a pretty good schedule. We get to watch St. Thomas Aquinas now, who plays an even better schedule. So, in the meantime, I've been watching a lot of Georgia kids, so make sure y'all subscribe because I'm trying to any school, any school I put them up, but Georgia specifically obviously recruits very well, so a lot of the kids end up on my channel, but we've been on Jared Curtis since the sophomore year. Not that that's saying much, but anyways, you guys let me know what you think about this kid, any other kids in Georgia's class, anybody they're looking at. Thanks for watching, and I'll hold my comments till the end of the video. So I think something that's really exciting about these kids that come from strong bloodlines is not that they just have the similar athletic traits, the athletic genes. You can certainly see this kid's a hell of an athlete early in the tape, but it's also very high end technical. See, it looks like he's been watching his brother in the film room. Maybe you don't see Minka play a whole lot of press man, but you can definitely tell this kid's not just an athlete, but a football player. I say that a lot about kids we watch here, and usually I try to frame it as something to be excited about. The kid's a good athlete now, but could be a good football player down the road. This kid's already a good football player, and look at this cover 3 technique here. Didn't give him an inch. And you know how hard it is. Like, this is the athletic aspect also, to backpedal as fast as the kid's running here. I guess not really backpedaling, but say you play cover 3. So we're gonna go ahead and give this kid a 4 on the frame at 6'1.5", 185. He looks a bit heavier than 185, to be honest. I think he's pretty well filled out. 5 on this stuff. I think a 6 on the change of direction. This is a 6-point scale. I have to remind y'all because I had somebody freak out because I gave a kid a 5 on the long speed. I think it was 5 out of 10. I think 5 on the physicality as well. I think I'm gonna give 5 on the physical. Yeah, I feel good about that. Definitely a good tackler. I just think with what his frame is, I'm not sure if this is a kid that you're gonna have play like nickel. Certainly physical. I'll be damned if I'm giving Minkah Fitzpatrick's brother anything less than a perfect score on the ball skills. But yeah, really good football player right now. Like I said, a lot of these kids you'll watch and you'll be like, you can just tell they're just not technically sound. This is a kid on the other end, and he's just as athletic as anybody else in the country, I think. Like I said, maybe the frame is why like you're not considering him like the best corner in the country. Why I haven't heard his name being in that conversation, but definitely a great football player. I think it's a kid that's going to see the football field early, and then we'll be talking about him in the NFL draft in 2-3 years down the line. Certainly feel confident about that. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this kid.